From whom much is given, much will be required. A good soldier does not get involved with civilian affairs. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. These are devastating statements from the God who sacrificed everything to save you. God has given his orders. He wants to bring his kingdom to this earth. In fact, Jesus told us that it already has been brought in Luke 11:20. Now it is to spread over the earth like a mustard tree takes over a garden. Matthew 13:31 through 32. As you know, we do not yet see the will of the Father being done here on earth, as it is in heaven. We do not see it, yet Jesus told us to look forward and pray for that to be the case in Matthew 6:9 through 13. What we have forgotten for over 200 years now is that it is by Jesus' church that all of this is accomplished. He will return one day to defeat the final enemy, death, but he is spreading and establishing his kingdom of light from his throne now by equipping you and sending you into battle as his faithful soldier, or if it pleases you, his knight, one of his mighty men or women. 1 Corinthians 15:24 through 27. When he purchased you with his lifeblood, picking you out of the mud and making you a good guy, he wasn't buying you a ticket out of this fight. He was enlisting you into his service, offering you training and commissioning you to fight for good and to continue on in what he commanded Adam and Eve to do long ago. That is, to take dominion. Build God's beautiful kingdom on this planet. Where they failed in obedience and loyalty to God and his calling, listening to the tempting words of Satan, Jesus, the new and better man, succeeded, obeyed, crushed the head of Satan, and broke the power of the grave. The evil demonic powers have lost their right to rule this world. As Christ's church grows in number and faithfulness, they lose their influence over man and nations. Christ is doing as he said he would, and taking claim of all the earth. When God, the Holy Trinity, made the plan for Jesus to condescend and become man to fulfill what the first man, Adam, could not, he dramatically impacted the path of humanity. This impact would find its way down into the farthest crevices of mankind. This means that because of what Jesus has done, the most unknown child in the farthest corner of the world, all the way up to the people in very powerful positions, have had the most extreme calling put upon them. Jesus has righted the course and in essence made all of us into builders. Creation is groaning in anticipation for the work of Jesus Christ to spread across the earth to make mankind into people who would cultivate it to give forth its fruit. Villages and cities are nurturing glows in their hearts in expectation for the time when the name of Christ will be inscribed in the lines of their lampposts. Darkness is awaiting the light of God. Death is waiting to give way to life. Fear is reaching out to be relieved and swallowed up by love. What does this mean? It means for you and for every other fortunate soul that is saved by Christ to die to the urge to lose yourself in civilian affairs. We have an urge to receive when Christ has told us through word and deed that we are here to give. Not only to give, but to work, push, build, and fight. Christ spent a great price to take his spot at the right hand of God on the throne. He sat down, now wearing all authority in heaven and on earth, and then told us to go get the world. Since then, if you can bear to look at the true story of history and take the Bible at its word, we have seen that when obeying Christ in this call of worship and kingdom building is taken seriously, society truly develops towards life and beauty. The glory of God ignites in a place and enriches the lives of the people called up in it. This is your mission, Christian. There is a kingdom of light that is written to overcome the one of darkness. Satan launched his attack, which gave conflict to this story, and it has been a story of epic drama ever since. Christ is the good king, though, who fought the great battle for us, one with his death and resurrection, reconciled us to God and made us into his knights. There is no greater reality than this. You are here wearing the enchanted, unbreakable armor given by the Lord and told to charge into enemy castles, the caves of dragons, dreary forests, and pitched battlefields to change the evil, destructive customs of a dying world and institute the life-giving law of the Holy God. Let go of your doubt. Embrace the high adventure and smile at the genius of our God, the great storyteller. He is your Father, who did not leave you out in the darkness when you had sinned. He set out to rescue you. Now he is saying, be like me. We only get this one life to give it all. Do not let it slip by. The church was never meant to be weak. We, through endurance in love and gospel proclamation, are to take over the world for the glory of Christ. That will require us to be troublesome and dangerous to the powers that be, but it is our commission, and it will result in a new heavens and new earth, all through Christ's power and presence. Amen. This school of chivalry is devoted to helping you become the knightly type of person that can charge into the horde to obey your king. Click the button below labeled The Story to see God's story for this world in more detail. Click the button below labeled Blog to start training in what might be a new yet ancient way of thinking.